As I was putting together these videos, I realized there are 3 big categories that I wanted to get into. The engine, I love so many things about it, and I didn't want that to take up the whole list of things I love about the car. So I'm gonna make its own video there. And in the true spirit of making sure that I get the most revenue for my videos, I want you to watch each one of them. The second video will be the things I love, and it will be mostly about the car as a whole, sans engine stuff, and then it's easy to complain about things, so the list that's the largest will be the things I hate. Now that's either stuff that I can live with or stuff that I don't quite understand what BMW was thinking when they did that. So those are gonna be the 3 videos. Welcome to part 1. Part 2 and 3 will be up in just a few days. Reason first, the most obvious, the exterior styling. This thing is gorgeous. Long bonnet, swoopy, sexy curves, soft yet aggressive front headlights, and it even looks good with the top up. All of these proportions, just fabulous. There are leaders and there are followers, and BMW is a leader in design. They sure got this right. It ages so well that when people look at it, they don't think it's 15 years old.
The wheels, I'm not sure how I feel about them yet. First of all, I didn't clean the car because mad disrespect for all of you watching, but actually, it's keeping it so real that it's respectful. Now, later year Z4s have a different front end. They redesigned the fascia and they changed the taillights a little bit. It's tricky when you buy a car and you're thinking, oh, if only I could just, get the extra $4,000 so I could get a 2006 to 2008 E85. But as I'm thinking about it, I really think that this would be the better of the 2. The other one, I don't know. It's a relationship between swoops and edges, and that's the whole story of this car. I'll take in a moment just to soak in this perspective. It's 5 degrees out right now, but it's worth it just to see this thing with the top down. Of course, one of the first things I really loved right here, that is just the coolest. Now here you can tell that the bonnet, 40% of the car is bonnet, 40% cabin, and 20% for the boot. Those are just excellent proportions. Right, wheels, they're okay. I mean, they look nice on the car, a great size, and I think proportions, fitment, everything. BMW has always been really good with their wheel fitment. They just know how to take up the space and how to engineer the inner arch so that the wheel tucks in beautifully. Right, now I see you eyeballing the fuel door that's missing. Yeah, plastic hinges. That's an issue on these things, but we'll get to that in a minute. Another thing I've appreciated so much is that lower edge just cutting off the bottom of the sill. I like that a lot. It's really sharp. It's razor sharp. Now it does have those little flaps in front of the wheels to push the air out to the sides. You can thank Volvo engineers for that little fuel-saving design. I can't get over these swoops. Moving on. Look at that. I mean, even the attention to detail in designing a mirror, it could have been easily bland. As you look in the rear view mirror, take a moment to appreciate this corner here. That flare up on either side. Oh, yes. She's fabulous.
This is one body line that's very fun to follow from front to rear. It reminds me a lot of my E34 and every other BMW that I've been able to enjoy. This is no exception. Now the most obvious,
this Z on the door.
And this lighting is just perfect right now to exaggerate that Z symbol on the side. Whew. Reason second, amazing headlights. As early as my E34, I never needed more than what they provided. They had great high beams and great projector lenses. And with the Z4, that's only improved since now we get automatic height adjustment. I realized I was spending a lot of time on this video talking about the exterior features. Since I'm going to be spending most of my time inside, let's head there now.
Something else I love, an insulated convertible top headliner. That makes it so much quieter when I'm on long drives. With the top up, this thing is about as quiet as a coupe. There's a little bit of wind noise coming out from the sill-less doors in the windows because that's just normal, aging rubber. Storage is adequate. Yeah. A little nice space for a pen and Not sure if your wallet's supposed to go there. This goes in pretty deep. There's all my CDs and a tool set, because you're always going to be working on one thing or another. And this right here looks like it could be a little aux jack almost, you know. I'm wondering if that was another option, perhaps for the CD changer. Another thing I love in here that I didn't have in the Miata especially, the stereo sounds fantastic. You have tweeters on the top of the door, you have a speaker in the door, and then you have a low range, larger woofer. And then you've got a woofer down and below. Looks like another woofer back here behind the seat, and a speaker behind the seat.
All right, before we get to our top reason, the number one, which is the number 5th, which is actually like the 10th thing I've brought up of what I love about this BMW Z4, I'm going to give you some honorable mentions. First and foremost, the turning radius on this car is unreal, just compared to other models like the NA Miata that I had. I actually think that this Z4 can turn tighter than that car. The Prius C is the other competitor in the family, as well as the Volvo 240, which is excellent. And then there's the S60R. Bye-bye, good riddance.
Honorable mention goes to BMW's famous cruise control, and it's famous to me. I don't know if anyone actually really cares about it, but you don't need to push a cruise on-off button. It's as simple as set and accelerate, decelerate, off, off, off. And that one is probably resume. There are pads here on either side of me. I love that. How cool is that? A little bit of a net, small net for storage, yay.
I'm the second owner of this car, so I have to thank the original purchaser for buying this accessory net. It's great for keeping the wind out of your hair, as well as diffusing the headlights from traffic behind you. Most likely my auto-dimming rearview mirror isn't working anymore, so at least I have this to help me out a little bit. Now while we're outside, this brings us to our favorite and final thing about this car. We all know that roadsters are rather impractical, so this is one thing that's surprising and very helpful.
Huge boot space. You wouldn't actually believe that I could fit a TV in here, but I did. Look at that. That's the car cover. Comes from BMW. These flaps, of course, they turn up with the top's down right now, but that gives you a little bit extra luggage space there. All my camera equipment fits in nicely, so it's big. There's no spare tire, of course. There's that to worry about.
Well, there you have it, folks. All of my top favorite things on this BMW Z4. Thanks for watching. Stick around, because in a couple of days we're going to have the things I hate about this, including all the broken little plastic bits that have just fallen apart over the years. This is the first winter that this car has had since it's come out of central Arizona, where it's pretty warm all year round. So I have the distinct pleasure of getting to experience all of the aging European electronics as they have their first winter. I also realized as I'm making the video that I haven't put in anything about how the car handles, how it drives, and it came with the optional M Sport suspension package from the dealer that was listed on the window sticker that I got with the car. Give you a hint, it pretty much rides like it's on rails, especially with the traction control system turned on. Turn it off and, well, as you can see, you'll have a blast with a car like this. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, that'll help me out, and stay tuned because you're going to be seeing part 2 and 3 of this series, What Things I Hate, and a list of all the wonderful reasons why I love this engine. Thanks for watching.